Can you guess from where we are live streaming today? Let me give you some hints. It's in Germany. It was opened in 2020, and it's a revolutionary future-proof technology showroom. Welcome to the Panasonic campus, Munich.
Very warm welcome from me as well to Delivering the Future, bringing AI to the edge.
We are broadcasting live, and my name is Sandra Franchitti, Marketing Director at Zetes, a leading provider of supply chain execution solutions.
So this place isn't just our studio today. It's also a hub for innovation, collaboration, and workshops. If you're curious, check out the link. My name is Gabriel Werner, Global VP Manufacturing Solutions Advisory at Yonder, a leading AI expert for the supply chain industry.
And now we are taking you back to Transport Logistic 2025. This global logistics event happened just around the corner at the Messe in Munich. At this event, Yonder, together with Zetes and Panasonic Connect, showcased how deep integration across technologies and companies is driving real value for 3PLs and logistics providers when a hardware manufacturer, a supply chain solutions provider, and a leading AI expert combine their forces.
Yeah, indeed, a very special trade show as we have showcased some very world firsts for the supply chain industry. Over the next 45 minutes, we'll walk you through interviews with experts across the Panasonic Group, including Yonder and Zetes.
And speaking of a group-wide set of experts for supply chain, today is the first time we host the live streaming from 3 different corporate profiles. The followers of Zetes, Panasonic, and Yonder are watching us now.
Let's kick things off at the core. Brad Ravel, Vice President Logistics at Yonder, summarizes the biggest challenges logistics providers are facing right now and how the combination of Yonder, Panasonic Connect, and Zetes is stepping up to solve them. He also gives us a look at the booth concept and real-world use cases, including proof of concepts and early adopters.
I think there's a lot of challenges that our customers are dealing with within this current climate. If I name a few at the top, it's that continuing evolution into omni-channel. It's dealing with more returns coming back to the warehouse and having to process them in a more efficient way. It's dealing with sustainability and climate change. We know that the logistics industry drives the majority of emissions, so about 50%. So being able to optimize and not doing as much transportation legs as an example, but being as much efficient as possible, reporting as much as possible. Data is a very, very big focus area and challenge for our organizations. They have a lot of data, but it's what you do with it. How do you leverage that to continue optimizing and being as efficient and as effective as possible? So you see in our industry, a lot of our customers are looking at AI, and it's just the big term that's out there in the market. But how do you do that in a way that's really efficient, that helps you grow your business, but helps you be optimized in the way you do your business? So for example, within Yonder, we have a number of different agents that our customers are using today. And an example would be a new warehouse manager that's not familiar with his or her operations can use an agent to get to know exactly what's happening within the operation, have his or her finger on the pulse to make the most impact at the beginning of their shift so that the smooth operations continue to happen within the warehouse. So these challenges are everywhere, they continue to happen, and we're trying to leverage our software capabilities to, again, grow the top line for our businesses, but also make sure that they're doing it in an efficient and effective manner. Yonder serve 3 major areas in our business. It's retailers, manufacturers, and logistics service providers. So there could be 3PLs, 4PLs, even 5PLs, freight forwarders, carriers, and whatnot. So we deal with lots of different things with our customers, all the way from commerce, so capturing orders and making sure that we optimize, fulfill, and route those orders in the appropriate way. It could be execution, whether that's within the warehouse or transportation, moving these from the first, middle, or last mile. Then we've got a plethora of planning and optimization capabilities that help plan and be effective in the way that stock and inventory is moved all the way throughout the supply chain, from a factory all the way through to a store or even to a customer's front porch. Now, we've got a number of different customers doing very innovative things. So within the 4PL market, the fourth party logistics providers are looking at using our control towers and network capability. What does that mean? We're in an industry where data and having up-to-date visibility throughout your entire network is absolutely key. So for a 4PL, they want to make sure they have up to the minute, up to the second visibility and view of where inventory is for their particular customers, and they leverage control tower capabilities provided by Blue Yonder to get that information to them so they can make the best decisions in the fastest way without too much particular cost. Artificial intelligence, AI, is another one. So we're deploying agents across a number of our customers to help them, again, be efficient and effective, to be able to take data, a massive amount of data, into a way where we can augment, automate, or even advise the decisions that are getting made. So again, it's done in an efficient and an effective manner. So these are some of the examples that we're seeing with our customers. We continue to drive AI based off the data and the planning and optimization capabilities that Blue Yonder provide. Blue Yonder is an end-to-end supply chain solution organization. And what does that really mean? Well, it means from planning and optimization at the beginning of the supply chain process, we have capabilities to demand forecast, to supply plan, to execute and orchestrate your entire supply chain network. But it's more important than that. It's also about how do you execute. So leveraging our warehousing capabilities, our transportation capabilities, optimizing labor where productivity is absolutely critical and a cost to many organizations. But also right at the end of the process where it may be around sustainability reporting and maybe around returns processing. All these key capabilities are what our retail, manufacturing, and logistics service providers are looking to leverage on a day-to-day basis. So that needs to be integrated. It's important not to look at it in an isolated manner because we know with supply chain, what impacts in one area, it can impact many different other areas. So we want to provide an interoperable end-to-end supply chain set of capabilities where when one thing happens, we can react appropriately. So these capabilities can be brought to life and seamlessly shown end-to-end where there's a focus and a critical aspect of your business that you're trying to optimize, whether it's cost or potentially new areas where you want to grow. Blue Yonder can provide that supply chain capability to help bring that to life.
That is a good start, thanks to Brad. My colleague already indicated some of the topics we're going to talk about today. For example, how companies like Blue Yonder and Zetes, but also Panasonic Connect, are helping logistics companies move from reactive to predictive decision-making, especially in real-time environments. By the way, our speakers are here with us in the chat, so if you have any questions, go ahead and ask.
Blue Yonder's power lies in its ecosystem. This is also part of Brad's statement. One key story is how Flexis and Zetes bring their strengths together. A smart transport management system meets a robust last-mile solution. And this one's about real synergy and how these tools combine to create something that's more than the sum of its parts.
Now the stage is open for Florian Hammes, who is going to walk us through the joint solution.
The Fleet TMS is focusing on fleet management, where we support the fleet manager in its daily tasks and operations, and on top the core function is the planning and optimization. So we consider multiple planning restrictions and different planning scenarios like continuous move planning or depot-based planning. And on the other side there is Zetes Kronos with its strengths in the execution for loading process of a run, for deliveries where you can create a proof of delivery and directly monitor the tour and get it into our system. The advantage of the joint solution is that it truly delivers an end-to-end fleet transportation solution. We do not only monitor the execution, it enables the users to really react dynamically on daily changes, could be based on traffic, and send these changes directly out to the drivers. With our joint solution, companies and their users are able to react directly to daily changes like traffic, cancellations or new transport orders. and make the right decision based on real-time data. All that within one intelligent, integrated fleet transportation management solution.
So smart orchestration of fleets and final mile delivery. The future of transport feels a lot more connected now.
Exactly, Gabriel. Let's keep the momentum. In our next clip, we'll go one level deeper, quite literally. Let's talk about edge experience, the moment when AI leaves the cloud and arrives directly on the warehouse floor, in trucks, and even on drivers' devices.
One of the big challenges for anything AI is the entrance into the real world, the door between the cloud and the warehouse.
And here we have Floyd Toussaint from Blue Yonder, who is going to share some inspirations regarding the integration of hardware into AI applications, and vice versa. By the way, it's good to see some questions being asked in the chat and handled by our experts. Thank you for your comments.
The edge experience is the hardware that feeds our software and makes it more efficient. So software is fed by hardware, obviously data, right? So the more data products, the more hardware that we have on the edge supplying the software will mean you'll get a much more efficient service from Blue Yonder. Two examples of edge technologies would be, for example, if someone comes in and they scan, as they're scanning things around the warehouse, as those scanners are scanning where things are, that is feeding information to our software. Another example could be time clocks. As someone is coming into work, as they put their details in the time clock, that data will feed our software. There's two examples of edge technologies. The client experience is greatly improved and customer satisfaction when they buy both hardware and software from Blue Yonder. The thing is, if anything ever goes wrong, normally, say now you're buying your hardware from somewhere else and something goes wrong, you don't know whether it's the software or the hardware. Combining them both together through Blue Yonder means that you've just got one person to contact. We manage both the hardware, as in the edge technologies, and the software together, giving you a much seamless way of support, all done through Blue Yonder. Panasonic are a major technology partner that Blue Yonder rely on. Panasonic supply a lot of the technology involved in sort of radio frequency, identification, shelving technology, and robotics. It's all the intelligence and technology behind getting all that together that's supplied by Panasonic. They are a key partner that we work with.
Edge technology might sound like a buzzword, but this is real and already in use. It's where AI meets logistics at eye level, which is a good transition to our next speaker. We have spoken about the trends in AI, about AI agents, the joint solutions of Zetes and Flexis, but also about the impact on the edge. Let's hear more about what that means and how Panasonic supports it. With 100 years of expertise in developing electronic devices from all areas, they have some experience.
We have asked Carlos Osuna, the head of Panasonic R&D Europe, about the next generation of hardware and about interesting applications that he and his team are working on to fit the new AI-driven supply chain world.
R&D Europe main mission is to lead and support the transformation of Panasonic into a solution provider for supply chain activities and products. Based on that, our main activities are to get all the feedback and pain point from customers, and then preparing as a startup process all the minimum viable products, then preparing the proof of concept and deploy the solution in the market if this is validated by the customer. in R&D, we are trying to bring all the technologies that we have experienced from the past, from the hardware point of view, like a camera, security camera, IoT sensing, etc. Based on that, our main 4 activities or main 4 areas is about computer vision, AI. We are leading the product recognition and face recognition based on the security cameras. And we are bringing these 2 different solutions together with Blue Yonder, Zetes and Flexis. For instance, as yard management, we are capable to recognize a container number and plate number and then put into the solution from Blue Yonder and make all the yard management and all the yard tracking for their own solution warehouse management system. Then we have also experience into the IoT sensing. As yard management and other products, they need a lot of data, and we are capable to get all this data capture and then send into Blue Yonder as a main solution. We have also very big experience on the robotics from all the manufacturer time, and then what we are here, not from hardware point of view, but from software point of view, we can get all the software-related layer for the robotics, including hybrid environment, human and robots. So this is something that we are working together with the best route that a robot can follow in order to be better on the efficient time. And the last one is about the AI, and mainly on the agent AI. We can, together with Blue Yonder, bring AI agents into the Blue Yonder solutions. On the logistic, I already mentioned about the yard management. So yard management is a solution we bring together with Blue Yonder. Blue Yonder WMS solution, Panasonic bring the technology for the cameras and also the recognition of trailer ID and container ID. And we are sending all the data to Blue Yonder. So Blue Yonder can prepare all the intelligence to do whatever they want with the truck. Like for instance, prioritizing one truck in front of other because any kind of urgency or because fresh food inside, etc. Also, together with Blue Yonder, we are bringing a solution for the product recognition for the shelf that we can, together with category management, we can recognize the product and we can monitor and we can be rating the compliance of the planogram that together with Catman solution of Blue Yonder, we can prepare together for the customers. And the last one is also about the retailer and fresh food. We can check together with Blue Yonder about the expiration date of a product, and based on that, we can reduce the price of the product and we can display this on the shelf directly on the electronic shelf label. So this integration between the Blue Yonder and the Edge solution of Panasonic is creating a perfect solution for the Edge.
Panasonic is moving from hardware supplier towards AI and product recognition with Blue Yonder and Zetes, IoT sensing, shelf product recognition, and much more. That's quite impressive. You really feel how technology is shifting from something remote to something immediate.
Behind the scenes, Panasonic's R&D team plays a huge role, driving these breakthroughs from concept to implementation. If you have questions, please ask them in the chat. Our experts are here to answer them.
And speaking of devices, our next topic gets very tangible. We're heading into the world of mobile IT and looking at how Panasonic is redefining rugged mobility together with tech and telco partners.
And this includes innovations like mobile as a service, rugged laptops like Toughbook, and how circular economy principles are being applied. Timo Unger, head of digital innovation at Panasonic Toughbook, explains in more detail.
Panasonic Toughbook has been building rugged IT hardware like notebooks and tablets for more than 30 years. But what really sets us apart is that we understand the real-world use cases of our customers. Let's talk about the mobile workers. These are the people who have a mission to keep our world running every single day. Emergency services, utility, field technicians, logistic teams. They are out there on the move in tough environments. And here's the thing, they don't care about the specs or the tech details. What they care about is getting the job done fast, reliable and safe. That's why we don't just deliver devices. We deliver outcomes to them through a complete solution that combines the rugged IT hardware from Toughbook, the right ecosystem, whether it's a vehicle docking station in a forklift or a wearable carrying solution. Use case specific software, including IT security and proactive maintenance tools like battery health and connectivity monitoring. And of course, the services that keep everything running. For example, if a device breaks due to an accident, they don't have time to wait for a replacement. They need a rapid swap. And that's only possible with smart logistics and buffer stock operations. So when we say we redefine rugged mobile IT, we mean we build solutions that work where it matters most, in the field, in the moment, for the mission. At Panasonic Toughbook, we've taken all these components, the hardware, the ecosystem, the software, and the services, and integrated them into a simple, predictable subscription model. We call it Mobile IT as a Service, our MaaS. Mobile IT as a Service is more than just a new way to deliver technology. It's a mindset change. Instead of buying and replacing devices every few years, customers subscribe to a complete lifecycle solution that includes planning, deployment, support, and even end-of-life recovery, all managed by Panasonic Toughbook. This model reduces waste, extends product life, and enables reuse, refurbishment, and recycling, the key principles of the circular economy. And because everything is part of a managed service, we can optimize performance, reduce downtime, and minimize environmental impact, all while keeping mobile workers fully operational. So MaaS isn't just a smart business, it's a sustainable innovation.
Thanks, Timo. So it's not just about power, it's also about responsibility. Hardware that lasts longer and serves more sustainably.
And that leads perfectly into our next story, one about sustainable logistics at scale. With the recent acquisition of Pledge, Blue Yonder is adding new capabilities that help companies reduce emissions from transport itself.
Sustainability is no longer optional, it's a must. And with smart analytics and emissions tracking built in, Pledge adds real intelligence to planning greener transports.
Saskia van Gent, the Chief Sustainability Officer of Blue Yonder, summarizes the main benefits for customers. As she is US-based, we could luckily have her on a Teams recording for the streaming today. Let's watch Saskia now.
Hi, I'm Saskia van Gent, the Chief Sustainability Officer at Blue Yonder. We recently announced our new sustainability product called Sustainable Supply Chain Manager. We're really excited to bring this product to life. We've been working on it for about 18 months after announcing our vision of integrating sustainability into supply chain management. With this new solution, you can both measure and optimize carbon emissions and waste throughout the supply chain. It's built on the Blue Yonder platform and enables capabilities across supply chain activities from transportation management, manufacturing planning, and retail planning. We also announced the acquisition of Pledge. With Pledge, now we have GLEC accredited logistics emissions calculations. Some of the highlighted solutions from these new capabilities include emissions measurement across transportation and procurement activities, being able to optimize plans to reduce carbon emissions and waste, and having certified emission factors that are aligned with GLEC and ISO 14083 standards. We're automating emissions data collection and reducing complexity by consolidating data into a single audit-ready platform. We're already working with retailers, manufacturers, and logistics service provider customers to build more sustainable and resilient supply chains.
It's great to see how business success and environmental impact can go hand in hand.
Yes, and speaking of smart planning, we are now getting to the final piece of the logistics AI puzzle, and it's often returns. It's a tough one. That's why our last guest focuses on innovations in returns logistics.
Dodel is working with major online platforms and retailers to make returns more efficient and more sustainable, all while meeting rising customer expectations post-COVID. Peter Heuvel, Software Solutions Advisor at Blue Yonder, talks about that.
Returns is a key topic for any retailer that works in the online industry. And with the Dodel technology, what we're trying to do is to create a level of comfort for consumers to return their online purchases to, let's say, a store, a kiosk at a key position, or let it get collected at your home address. While the retailer gets a cost-effective and a more sustainable capability to provide returns and process returns so that the online purchaser can back into the supply chain as quickly as possible. When you process returns and they go back into your supply chain, you need to select the right carrier options. Is it a parcel collect from a home address? Has somebody delivered to a store so that I can do a more consolidated transportation routing back to a central warehouse? So as a result, you want to connect or have connectivity to a number of carrier capabilities, and as such find the right cost-effective and also sustainable option to process returns into your supply chain. Dodel therefore has created a network capability to connect with lots of carriers that are an option to you, and as such find the right option that works best for you as the retailer and the consumer that you do business with. What we see that consumers are also getting more sustainability focused, and what that means is that they want to get more options when they process returns to, for instance, deliver it to a central spot into a kiosk like this, or be able to return to a store before the option gets selected to actually get it collected from my home address, which would give us another carrier move into my local area. The Dodel workflow capability allows you to configure and create a lot more returns options for the consumer to select and contribute to a more sustainable world, while also giving you a more cost-friendly capability, because a centralized collection from a kiosk or a centralized collection from a store is more cost-effective for a retailer. So that sort of summarizes how Dodel supports a more sustainable world from both the retailer perspective as well as the consumer perspective.
With Dodel, retailers can be more efficient, sustainable, and cost-effective. Returns may be the end of a parcel's journey, but clearly they're the start of a whole new wave of innovation.
What a journey. We've seen everything from AI and edge computing to last mile delivery, sustainability, and return logistics. And now it is your turn again. Which topic inspired you the most, and where do you see the biggest potential in your own company? Tell us in the chat.
And hey, don't forget to visit the place where all these ideas come together, the Panasonic Campus Munich. Explore it for yourself. We have a webpage available on Panasonic Connect's website. Check out the link in the chat.
We are now reaching the end of the streaming today. Thank you to all involved, from guest speakers to event producers, and of course you for watching. It's been a true privilege to have you with us today. And in case you have missed the stream, or you want to watch it again or share it with your colleagues, the recording will remain available on our LinkedIn channel.
It has been a pleasure hosting this streaming today for you, and we hope that you have found it meaningful. AI is definitely here to stay. See you at the next session or at the trade show Logimat, where we are definitely going to announce more updates. Until then, stay smart, stay sustainable, and stay connected.